I get started with this video, I want to send a quick shout out to Renika, who sent me this request for this video because she wants to know if I could do a video on common HR technology behavioral-based interview questions. And so this video is for you. If you're in the job market right now, you know that the market is really tough, regardless of all of the analytics and data that's out there that's telling you that the job market is awesome. People are getting jobs at an alarming rate and so on and so forth. But there's people that have been out of work for over a year now, and they've just been searching after a layoff, after one problem after the next. So in this video, I want to talk about if you are in the HR tech space and you're looking for a job and you are trying to figure out what types of questions should I expect once I finally get the interview? Because probably a lot of you right now aren't getting a lot of those. So when the time comes, I want you to be prepared. So I want to go over the top questions that you will be asked. Now, not only any top question, these are the ones that are designed to be behavioral-based interview questions. So the behavioral-based interview questions more so are like scenarios. The employer wants to see whether or not you are going to be capable of handling certain types of situations that you will encounter in the HR tech space. So whether you have applied for an HRIS analyst type position or HCM support, or you are going to be doing a lot of backend configurations for the system, they want to do these behavioral-based interview questions. So my number one question that you will probably encounter is, can you describe a time in which you had to handle a complex HRIS configuration project? And this question kind of gauges your understanding of an HRIS system and how complex it really can be, whether the back end of the system has a lot of workflows or if it has a lot of integrations that's nested within it, or business processes within a system. So they want you to take something that is not so easy and tell them how you overcame a complex issue. And it's really important for them to know that not every day is going to be a walk in the park. Not every day is going to be really easy in the tech space. And not all of the questions that your customers are going to have or internal customers are going to have are going to be something as easy as, eliminating a character like a comma or a wildcard out of a data cell. So they want you to be able to think deeply as to how you can really handle complex situations. The second question is going to be, tell me about a time in which you've had to manage your task and prioritize your task across multiple projects, or basically multiple tasks that are within a particular project. So really this type of question is designed to try to figure out whether or not you're good at multitasking and prioritizing. Because the odds are you're going to have multiple things on your plate. You're going to have one customer that's asking for some sort of customization. You're going to have another customer who is going to ask for a modification within the system that requires a little bit more intense thinking associated with those tasks. And then you're going to have another customer who has maybe just a generalized question but that generalized question is a top priority. It's something that's really hot and high on the ticket table, and you have to make sure that very important but very simple task is handled first. So you want to make sure that you have some sort of experience. Always tell a story when you have to do these behavioral type interview questions. So then you can really demonstrate how you handle and overcome certain types of situations. Third question is, tell me about a time in which you had to communicate technical terms to non-technical individuals. So this is going to happen a lot. You're going to have non-technical folks, which is normally going to be your business users, and they're going to have questions about the system. Maybe they are seeing something or experience something in the system that isn't quite right. So they're going to come to you and they're going to say, what's wrong? This is an issue. Please help me fix it. And so at that point, you would get on a call with them and actually figure out and let them demonstrate the issue that they are encountering. So then you can translate that and put that into developer terms to where the tech team can understand it a lot more. So how do you take these technical terms and how do you assist a non-technical person with figuring out what's wrong with the system without kind of making them have that glazed over look? Like, sometimes when you get to talking about a lot of tech things, they're like, what are they talking about? I have no idea what these acronyms are. So how do you help these people out? So this is another really cool question. Fourth question, tell me about a time where you had to collaborate and work with different departments, whether you are working with HR, IT, benefits, you have to work with the accountants and all of the other stuff. How do you work across different departments within an organization? So, and that is a matter of trying to figure out what their needs are of the system, what their expectations are out of the system. How do you work with them? Are you the type of person that makes them feel comfortable enough to come to you with a technical problem that they are experiencing? So this is another question that's going to be very common when you are in the HRIS space. All right, number 5, can you share a challenge? All right, a challenging situation. Let's say you are responsible for implementing a new HRIS system and you encounter some challenges. You encounter some resistance. So how did you overcome this? How did you address the situation and how did you overcome? And we all know every single time there's a new system, whether it's payroll, whether it's benefits, whether it's any type of system within an organization, you're rolling out a new software, you're going to face resistance. There are going to be people who double down on that old legacy system that has been in existence for over 100 years and they don't want to let it go. How are you able to overcome it? There's going to be people saying, oh no, I'm not going to get trained on this system. No, you're not going to take away my access from this old system. This is the only system that I know how to use within this company. But hey, company's getting rid of the old system. So you have to move forward. So in this interview question, you have to show them and definitely, again, tell a story on how you overcame this challenge, which is super annoying, but it's definitely something that you're going to encounter. All right, next question is describe how you handle secret information. How do you handle information that is private, that is also nested within the system? What are your protocols that you have in place? Because when you're working with an HRIS system, there is going to be a lot of private information. You're going to have employee data, such as their address, their personal information, social security number, telephone, points of contact, their pay data. What do you do with that? What are your security protocols? How do you make sure that other people that have no business accessing that information, how do you make sure that this data stays secure? So this is designed to get a better gauge of your awareness of the situation and the magnitude of your actions within the system. Do you take that private information and use it against the employee? Oh no, I found out that they lived on the bad side of town, so this is what I'm going to say about them. Or I figured out that this person is married to the owner of whatever. So what information is it that ends up getting leaked and shared amongst the staff? So the company wants to make sure that you are a trustworthy person when you are in the back end of the system. Another good question is, can you share a situation in which you encountered maybe something that you could not quite understand with the system? Maybe it was almost an impossible task, an impossible configuration in the system. Maybe the system wasn't designed to work a certain way. And how were you able to make that system work? Or were you able to concede to realize that that system had reached its limits on the customization and the organization was unable to move forward with that configuration? So how do you address that scenario and how do you overcome it? And that's another question that they want to see, how deep you're willing to go into the system to try to figure things out. Or are you quick to just say, it can't be done, and then just pass it along to someone else to figure out? So they're looking for your ability to just dive a little bit deeper and figure things out and have that mental strength to try to overcome a lot of those tasks associated with being an HRIS analyst or just being in general in the HR tech space. So overall, the hiring managers want to see challenges. They want to see how you address situations, how you overcame those situations, and what you bring to the table for that position. Because it's not just about the tech, it's about the support and the trust that the organization will have for you. And they will be entrusting in you to make sure that things are done the right way within the system. So that's it for me in this video. I hope that the information that I shared has been very insightful. If you like it, click that like button, and I will see you in the next video.